This is problem 9.2 from Chapter 9 of Brigham and Houston's Fundamentals of Financial Management, Concise 9th edition. We're being asked to compute a stock's value based on the discounted cash flow model. Now, discounted cash flow comes in two versions. One's where you're calculating the required rate of return. And for that formula, it is K, the rate of return, is equal to the dividend yield, which is the dividend 1 year from now, divided by the price today, plus the long-term growth rate of the dividend, and that's G. And if you rearrange terms, you can also get the current value per share, or the current, call it fair price, based on these inputs. That'd be the price at time 0, the price today, is equal to the dividend 1 year from now divided by the total rate of return K minus the growth portion G. Okay? So let's write down what we know here. K, D1, P0, and G, what components do we have? They're going to pay a dividend of $1.80 at the end of the year, or a year from now, you'll get $1.80. It's the fact that dividend is growing at a 4% constant rate. The required rate of return, and the authors are using R, I like K, the required rate of return is 10%. So the only thing we're missing is the price today. So if I take the dividend 1 year from now, divide it by the total rate of return net of the growth portion, I come up with a current estimated price, or a fair value, of $30. And that's the discounted cash flow model. Alright, and this is the fair price. That doesn't mean that's what the stock's actually selling for. It might be higher or lower, but given that you think that the required rate of return ought to be 10%, and given that you forecasted 4% as the long-run dividend growth rate, and given that you've estimated that the dividend a year from now would be $1.80, then a series of dividends of $1.80 this year, and then higher by 4% the year after, and higher by 4% the year after, the fair value of that would be $30.